How to get the best out of your participation in New Designers 2010. Through this presentation, we'll be looking at how to prepare before the events, how to put together some effective promotional material, how to effectively present the collective and the individual, how to greet visitors, how to develop a basic understanding of sales markets, and most importantly, how to pitch and sell to the audience. So, what are your expectations for this exhibition? Who will you be pitching at? Are you looking at collecting a couple of design awards? Maybe some sales and commissions? If so, how much will you charge? Are you pitching towards trade or public? Each will have a different price point. Are you looking to find some advice and contacts for setting up in business? Or just full-time employment? Or indeed contacts with agents? You should know what to ask these people when they come and visit. At New Designers, you should expect attendees from a wide cross-section of both the public and trade. Each will deserve or warrant or expect a different type of treatment, so be prepared. We'll be looking at that later on. Regardless of any other considerations, networking should be your prime objective throughout the entire exhibition. We'll be learning how to effectively network, how to do a pitch, and how to negotiate prices, contracts, and commissions in a later presentation. So now let's move on to preparation, presentation, and promotion. From this point onwards, your image is the most important thing that you have. Communication is key to your future success. You are your brand. It's absolutely essential to promote yourself before, during, and after the exhibition. These are the absolute minimum requirements for a show. You'll need a business card. Now, be very careful how you have this printed. It's good to have something eye-catching on the front, but you should be very, very wary of having it printed on anything but matte paper. Do not at any cost print on glossy paper, because a client or a customer will want to take notes about you on that business card, and a biro does not write on the back of shiny, glossy, shiny paper. So generally, a good rule is to keep the back blank. You'll need a standard and a pictorial CV. You'll need some postcards. Get yourself at least 1,000 printed, and don't forget to send them out before the exhibition to important contacts and clients. You'll need a CD-ROM or CD-ROMs with photographs of your work. We'll talk about that a little later on, the DPI settings on them, etc. You should have a graduate website with names on it. Don't have any blanks there. It doesn't look good. You should have a personal website if at all possible. Now, New Designers do a wonderful little service as part of your package whereby they will allow you to use their website. Sometimes at a cost, but I think at the moment it comes part of the package, so please check that out. You should also consider blogs, podcasts, videocasts, tweets, Facebook, and YouTube as other methods of communication and publicity, but do make them look professional and never make them look cheesy. A note on photographic specifications. If at all possible, you should shoot your images, i.e. your product and artifacts, on a white background. Do not include clutter, props, or people. It should be at least 300 dpi high-resolution TIFF image. The reason for this is that the guys in the magazines and the press people will easily be able to cut out using a magic wand tool in Photoshop. If there's any clutter there, they simply will not bother. Make sure you have logical file extensions and descriptors of images contained within the CD-ROM pack. You should also have your name and contact details. In the second folder, you should have the same format, but you should batch reduce them all down to 72 dots per inch in a JPEG format. This will allow easy maneuver and easy transportation between departments using the internet, etc., etc. Okay, now for the big statement. You will no longer be a student when you are at New Designers. People who attend New Designers expect to see professionals, not students. Your image and persona will be your success or failure. Especially important at these exhibitions are the first impression you make to your client and customers. You must be very wary what you are doing at the time, how you look, what's happening when the customer approaches. People buy people. People also buy from people they like and will also return to people they like. So, if you still have a cute and funny email address, such as, get rid of it. The press and the industry will just not like it, and get rid of anything similar. It's time to be professional and get rid of those student ways. We'll now take a look at your collective and individual exhibition spaces. Success lies within the details. It's important to realize that the overall impression and look to your stand is much more important than the visual look to your own personal space. People will simply walk past the stand if it looks cluttered and looks unprofessional. You need to draw the attendees onto your stand. With over 3,000 exhibitors over 2 weeks at New Designers, it's essential to get this right. Otherwise they will just walk on by, plenty of other stands to go and see. So, don't make your stand look like a bring and buy sale. As we've already stated, visitors will really react badly to that and walk on by. You must work together as a collective. You must agree on a good overall corporate look to the stand. Essentially, you're trying to get people onto the stand in order to get them into your own personal space. Some basic housekeeping tips that may seem a little obvious. There will be up to 20 to 60 people within your student cohort in attendance at any given point in time on your stand. All have coats, all have bags, all have clutter. Make sure that your stand is always kept neat and tidy. Hide all coats, bags and clutter. You should consider building a little storage area into your stand. This can either be built by yourselves or by New Designers themselves. Although a well-used and hammered cliché, less is more. Think space. Regardless of whether you are a ceramic course, textile course, glass course, fashion course, graphics course, think space. Do not clutter, keep open spaces, keep white space on the walls, keep a lot of space in between any freestanding objects, artifacts, etc. Think space, less is more. This is a good example of space being used effectively on a design-focused stand. Note the amount of space around the podiums and booths and also the amount of white space on the wall. There is no clutter here. You can actually see the wood for the trees. Another good example within the jewellery and silversmithing section of New Designers. Work has been hung and displayed to its best advantage. The collective have worked together and obtained a real corporate feel to the space. This is a joy to walk around. Sounds rather obvious, but do make sure that all the names relate to the work and are big enough to be seen within your corporate stand. This is absolutely important through the judging process when the whole range of judges are coming around and need to take a quick snapshot and need to be able to identify the individual names from a distance. It goes without saying it's very essential when you're going through the selling process